This video is a compilation of my rare photos you've never seen before series. I've put together some of the most fascinating and unusual pictures, some historical, some just plain interesting, all in one place. Let's get started. Frozen watermelon balls developed frosty little curls after just an hour in the freezer. A bar today still keeps an old cigarette machine tucked inside. At the train station, someone left a very unusual surprise stuck to this car. Coffee slowly filled the tiny cracks and shapes left inside the ice. A brand new bottle of Dior Sauvage turned out to have a fly sealed inside. The food court at a local mall has an emergency device designed to help someone who's choking. A car parked outside a gym was carrying a coffin in the back. An ancient stone over 1,500 years old was discovered with paw prints pressed into its surface. I wonder if the cat is still alive. After a nap, a clear fingerprint was left pressed into the skin of a hand. The world's largest chocolate bar tipping the scales at over 12,000 pounds of sweetness. Antarctica, as seen from space, a frozen giant stretching across the bottom of our planet. The anchor chains on giant ships have links nearly twice the size of a human head. A Russian drone recently struck the massive radiation shield at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, causing damage that needed urgent repairs. Here's a shot of the crew repairing the damage, showing just how massive that structure really is. Before it fell silent, the Azure swimming pool in Ukraine was a popular spot for swimmers. Today, the Azure swimming pool stands empty, a haunting reminder of a time long gone. Here's a lion calmly getting a CT scan, like the king of the jungle visiting the doctor's office. Across from the Mona Lisa, there's another legendary painting most people don't even notice. Take a look at how the $100 bill has evolved. From 1977 to 2003, and then to 2017. North Sentinel Island, a place where a small community has lived for centuries without contact with the outside world. Some hedges grow so large they look more like walls of greenery than simple garden plants. There are fridges designed to spin so every shelf is easy to reach. Some trees growing on Earth today actually sprouted from seeds that once traveled to the moon on Apollo 14. Back in 1918, a suffragette shared her own marriage advice for young women of that time. And these are insane. This robe and axe once belonged to a guy who served as the official executioner for the Papal States in the 1800s. This is what's left of a World War I trench, still scarred into the earth over a century later. Here's a close-up look at the nerve inside a human tooth, nature's own built-in alarm system. Here's Stephen Hawking's grave, marked with his famous black hole equation. Somewhere in this photo, a copperhead snake is perfectly hidden. Can you spot it? Here's how the knots you see on a tree's bark look from the inside. This isn't a Photoshop trick. It's one of the most mind-bending road designs on Earth. Located in Tokyo, there was a time when cough medicine packed enough punch to knock out more than just a cough. An early 1900s basketball match, complete with old-school uniforms and heavy knee pads. Planet J1407b, nicknamed Super Saturn, boasts over 30 massive rings, each spanning tens of millions of kilometers. Millions of years old, dinosaur femur weighing 500 kilograms was found in France. Tulips pushing through a blanket of snow, blooming despite the cold. NASA's photo of Pluto. Like this video if you consider Pluto a planet. This leaf-shaped sea slug can survive 9 months without food, soaking up the sun and making its own food like a plant. There's a type of bee called the blue carpenter bee, and yes, it's actually blue. This assisted living facility is designed to feel like a cozy 1940s American town. This butterfly is split down the middle, one side male and the other female. This rare split lobster is half blue, half brown. It happens once in 50 million lobsters. The blue side is female, the brown side is male. A horse with curly hair, unlike most others. A rare purple grasshopper was spotted right in someone's garden. The customer allowed a photo of her hands, each with 6 fingers, a rare genetic trait called polydactyly. The blue Java banana, nicknamed the ice cream banana, is known for its creamy texture and vanilla-like taste. A transparent fish, drifting near the ocean's surface, blending in for survival. A couple walking through the woods stumbled upon a rainbow-colored pool for the first time. A bicolor sunflower in full bloom, attracting bees with shimmering emerald markings. A rare albino buck, spotted wandering near a local daycare. A blue jay still rocking half its baby feathers. A towering sunflower grown by this girl. A rare translucent blue tang, showing off its clear body and vivid blue edges. One of the oldest known rocks, at 4.6 billion years old. It predates the Earth's full formation. Mexico has caves with crystals as big as trees, but the heat and toxic air make long visits deadly. Still, just look at them. Those aren't trees. Those are positive streamers reaching up. When they meet negative charges, lightning strikes. What looks like shattered glass is actually Lake Michigan, frozen solid. A daisy with a natural mutation that makes it look completely surreal. A strange ribbon-shaped cloud twisting through the sky, spotted from a plane window. Former world champion cyclist leg after a grueling race. Every muscle and vein on full display. The sun, captured through a UV lens, revealing details our eyes can't normally see. A natural rock shower formed deep inside a cave. A tiny frog, smaller than a coin. Time-lapse shot of a beehive at work. Hard to believe, but this entire thing is just one living cell. A house on Lake Erie's shore, completely frozen solid after Ohio's recent blizzard. A hidden cannabis field growing right in the middle of a cornfield. Nature's camouflage at its finest. A baby boy in Tokyo, born weighing just 268 grams, lighter than a loaf of bread. Spent months in neonatal care before finally going home healthy, setting the record record as the smallest surviving newborn ever. A glass-winged butterfly from the Ecuadorian Amazon gently touched down, its wings almost invisible in the sunlight. Once crowned the world's heaviest hamburger, this colossal creation held the record for its size. Scar tissue doesn't produce sweat, which is why dirt won't cling to it. Back in 2001, a massive dust storm on Mars hid the entire planet from view. Some quarters made in the 1980s by the Franklin Mint were so small, they're almost hard to believe. A side-by-side look at World War I and World War II combat helmets shows just how much the design evolved. The reverse view reveals even more differences between the helmets. This nuclear warhead might be deadly, but its shape could easily pass for the latest trendy water bottle design. Here's a lizard mid-city scan, looking like it's starring in a sci-fi movie scene. One like for my brave little lizard boy. Sand under extreme magnification. Each grain looks like a tiny, colorful gemstone. A four-person seesaw perfect for fun, until gravity picks its favorite. Back in 2005, Pope Leo showed up at a World Series game and ended up on live TV. A rare golden bee landed on a parked car, a sight so unusual it almost looked unreal. In 1924, the Soviet Union staged a real-life game of human chess, with people acting as the pieces. A snail with a perfectly transparent shell was spotted crawling outside, its insides fully visible. A blind cat named Soren has eyes that look absolutely mesmerizing. A lightning strike can turn a golf course green into a work of nature's art. A cat with eyes that could rival the dark gaze of Sauron. A Coke bottle designed from nearly half a century ago. In July 1936, a young Princess Elizabeth shares a quiet moment with two corgis in London. 2 days before her passing, Queen Elizabeth was photographed for the final time. 2025 is the first perfect square year since 1936. Meet Boy Samson, a 14-year-old from 1932 who could lift a man in his motorcycle like it was nothing. Albert Einstein in 1941, lost in the music as he plays his beloved violin. A nursing home designed like a cozy indoor town, complete with its own movie theater and pub. This is what a full grocery costs back in 1988, nearly 4 decades ago. The Tool musicians used to type sheet music before computers existed. Beneath the waters rests the massive vertebrae of a fin whale. Muriel Water Park in Qatar, home to the world's tallest waterslide during its massive construction phase. Earth seen from 3.7 billion miles away, just a pale blue dot in the vast dark. The grave of H.R. Geiger, the visionary who designed the alien creature. Caffeine under a microscope, tiny crystals that look almost too beautiful to be the reason you're awake right now. Henry Behrens, once the world's smallest man dancing the tango with a cat. A scientist once tested a hands-free shaving machine operated by robotic arms. In 1918, soldiers arranged themselves into a massive human Liberty Bell, a living tribute during World War I. Strawberries can get ridiculously huge, nature's way of showing off. Side-by-side comparison of GTA 5 and the upcoming GTA 6. An X-ray of a baby's hand shows tiny bones floating in soft tissue. The first iPhone's camera beside today's iPhone shows just how far smartphone photography has come. The Magdeburg unicorn was built from a rhino, a mammoth, and an ara once thought to be a real unicorn. In 1731, Sweden's King Frederick I had a lion stuffed by people who'd never seen one. This is the final result. The full mechanical shark setup from Jaws revealed in one shot. Steven Spielberg sitting atop of Bruce, the animatronic shark from Jaws, and the namesake of the shark in Finding Nemo. So that was the compilation. If you enjoyed it, check out my other videos for more and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next one.